sometimes things do need to be thought out a bit more before they're put in the public domain. But I am for public consultation.
Your ward councillor wasn't aware of it. Was you aware of it?
I'm a ward councillor. We were given nothing.
Helen, just one question really. Are you absolutely shocked at what's happened here tonight? What's been disclosed? The lack of due diligence, a tree consultant that frankly did an appalling presentation earlier who couldn't answer any of the questions. The fundamental person who was actually responsible for why we are here today because of the decisions he made, and ironically, the same company, as it was revealed by Claire. I didn't know that. I'm shocked. I've got my work to do tonight.
I think there's a lot of questions that could do with
they are actually bidding to do the work. Frankly, you don't get the cowboy that rims your roof to come and do your plumbing, do you?
Look, I think we're getting just a little bit fraught here, and I do suggest that we calm down. There are lots of questions to be asked, I accept that, but being impolite to people who come here to talk to us is not particularly helpful. So can we calm down?
I think there is a key point here though, before we all disband and disappear, having been shocked by what we've encountered this evening. And I think we need to have at least one commitment that this work does not happen. Is there a date in the diary book already for contractors to turn up here like they whipped away the swimming pool? We don't want a repeat of that. So I want a commitment before anyone leaves here tonight that it won't happen until these issues are resolved.
Well, first of all, we're not paying for it, so I'm not paying for the work, so I can't give you that commitment. All you can do is take those messages forward that obviously you've taken here. The other thing is, I'm not kind of wishing to break the meeting out, but they're closing the road at 8 o'clock for works, so just be aware of that. So.
Can we have a commitment from the council that the work won't start until Claire Berry's had a chance to consider whether there should be a public consultation on option 2?
Yeah. Can we have that?
Will council officers commit? No work starts until Claire Berry considers a public consultation on option 2.
I will speak to Claire Berry as soon as I can do that. I can make no commitment.
Well, can I add to that, just to help along? I know that you want to do it all in September, but wasn't there an option to do half in September and half in May? So we can wait till May, can't we? I mean, come on, I think what's happened here tonight is diabolical, and we really have put our time and effort into researching the issues, coming here to speak, and frankly, a lot of the questions I wanted to ask, I haven't bothered because of what I've heard and what I've seen. I'm absolutely stunned.
What, does the Conservative Party want to keep the cutting down away from the local elections?
Let's keep it 8:30, please.
Will the Lib Dems at least vow to recycle all the chopped down trees for their next election campaign?
So Dennis Lewis suggested, and John Marks sort of seconded, a working group be set up with 4 names in the frame, of whom I happen to be one. I'm only willing to do this on the basis that the decision is postponed until we've had a chance to look at the evidence, call in some independent consultants, external to the process so far, and get their input into all the options that are available to us. But I have to say, wearing a semi-political point, this cover-up and not letting anybody know anything about it until the last minute smacks again of the processes we saw with the pumping station at the Vineyard Barn. The Vineyard, sorry, it's you know, history repeats itself within a few weeks.
Excuse me, this gentleman would like to speak.
Just to talk. Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Henry Girling, and I'm a professional tree consultant. I was formerly tree officer for Welwyn Hatfiel District Council for 15 years. Some of you may well remember me from 1974. I was once described as being the worst local government officer ever, but the best person ever on trees. Fair comment. Right. No, they actually planted when I came. Now the situation we have tonight is one of the council's own manufacturers. They've been tapping on about health and safety, and here we are standing here looking at it. Anybody really concerned about health and safety would have acted to remove danger. They would have repolleted those trees. Absolutely. They're going to have to come, whatever happens, they're going to have to be piecemeal, they might as well be positive, have done. Now let's look at this question of consultants. I'm sorry it's all me, but I'm one of 40 odd people on the National Register. I'm also a chartered environmentalist. as far as I'm aware, and Bristol Toms are quite good friends of mine, they're primarily contractors. I'm not aware that this gentleman's on the national list of 40-odd registered consultants that does legal, planning, etc. work. I'm not aware. So there is a question of expertise. The people appointed to look at this, how bona fide they are, how competent are they. That's really what I've got to say, but these trees, when were they last pruned? Probably when I was here. When we used to, these trees were planted to give a low-level screening, almost parterre, to prevent the glitter of cars and windscreens impinging on the enjoyment of the lake. And then, of course, new people come in, they don't maintain this, they keep cutting the stuff off the bottom and let the top start being left with. So the tops are now weak at the point of junction. The point is, the answer to that is not to fell the whole tree, or replant the tree to that weak point. And this is not outrageously expensive. You've got down the rows of these trees, mechanised trimming, and if it was done every 3 years, those trees would be successfully retained for the next 20 years.
Absolutely, and it's not rocket
I go
science.
back to what I said earlier. If you look at the tops of those trees, they're healthy. The tops are healthy. The inherent driving force, which is the sun, photosynthesis, is working. Those trees, if they were stopped and trimmed, they would recover and make up, and they would function as they were meant to function, to keep the car parks screened at a low level, to keep the vehicles away from the visual intrusion onto the park. And that's all I have to say.
I have a piece of paper, some of you will remember that. If you would like to put your name and address and email address on this, if you want to actually help the working group that I've suggested, please put it on here. We've got 10 minutes before the road closes.
Can I just ask a question? It's regarding the trees in the car park. It's just to, well, just clear this in my mind, that you're not taking down trees to create more car parking spaces. That's not one of your intentions. You're definitely going to replace the trees. And I can get assurances from that from the council. That's definitely what's happening, yeah?
And you're not thinking of selling off the land to have something built, because that would be the next thing that would come.
Can I ask one, can I just ask another question, please? Have you done a noise impact survey? Have you done, sorry I repeated, have you done a noise impact survey? People who live in campsites suffer the blight of the A1M every single day. You can even hear it tonight. If we had the meeting over there, it would be absolutely appalling. We'd all need megaphones, frankly. Have done a noise impact survey of what could happen to the noise levels of the A1M, which will not ever get any resurfacing, whisper surfacing. The impact on people's lives.
Sorry, again, you know, like some of the other questions, I can't answer that question, but it's been noted down, and we will actually be able to get an answer to that. We have literally 10 minutes before the road shuts, and you won't be able to get out of the car park. So I'm sorry, we will have to close the meeting at this point and go on with what happens from here. So many thanks to everybody, and I will take your question now.